The Torch, Edition 42. Welcome to St. Dunstan's. We are thrilled to announce that the board has welcomed Hendrik Schmidt as its new director. Hendrik is a highly accomplished legal professional with extensive expertise spanning law, politics, and academia. His impressive academic background includes a PhD in mineral law from the University of Cape Town, 2023, along with several other notable qualifications. These include a Master of Laws, LLM, from Rand Afrikaans University, a Master of Philosophy, MPhil, in Labour Law from the University of Johannesburg, and an honours degree in Economics from the University of the Western Cape. We are confident that Hendrik's vast experience and multidisciplinary knowledge will greatly enhance our board's leadership and vision. Professionally, Hendrik has had a prolific career. He is currently a practicing advocate and member of the National Bar Council of South Africa, NBCSA, since 2021. In addition to his legal practice, he serves as a lecturer at Varsity College, a position he has held since 2000. Hendrik's expertise extends to public service, where he served as a Member of Parliament from 1999 to 2019, with specific responsibilities as spokesperson for various portfolios including justice and correctional services, defence, and mineral resources. His career also includes notable judicial and prosecutorial roles. Hendrik was a member of the Judicial Service Commission, JSC, from 2009 to 2019 and held significant positions within the Department of Justice, including Senior State Advocate at the Witwatersrand Local Division of the High Court. He began his legal career as a public prosecutor in Gauteng, where he held several positions, including Clerk of the Court. A dedicated professional, Hendrik also served in the South African Defence Force, SADF, from 1985 to 1986, where he completed an officer's course and served as a lieutenant in the I Parachute Battalion. Hendrik is an active member of the Society of Advocates, the National Bar Council of SA, and the South African Institute of International Affairs, SAIIA, Western Cape. His career reflects a unique blend of legal expertise, political experience, and commitment to public service. Orientation versus navigation. My suspicion is that people who are sighted might confuse the terms. That confusion is less likely for someone who is blind. I've occasionally used the term O&M. That refers to orientation and mobility. O&M instructors are a key element in restoring the independence of someone who is losing their vision. The first step, as I explained in the How Do I Get Started with Vision Loss post, is to work with a vision rehabilitation teacher. They'll help you relearn ADLs. That is, the activities for daily living that you take for granted when sighted. Once you feel comfortable in your own home, it's time to get back out in the world. Bring on the O&M instructor. My simplistic explanation of O&M is as follows. Orientation, knowing where you are and where you're going. Sometimes that's as simple as counting doorways in a building when someone says it's the fourth door on the left. Or perhaps you're counting city blocks. You'll learn to use clock directions such as turn to 11 o'clock as opposed to go in that direction, which has no meaning when you're blind. Mobility, remembering how to walk in your new world. How you identify obstacles, curbs, and so many more surface features which a sighted person sees. Orientation versus navigation, inalienable rights. Do you remember my assistive technology access, inalienable right post? Kshunya believes that an accessible world shouldn't be limited to people that have enough money to afford clever technology or can buy assistance from others. Everyone should live in an accessible world. The star of this post is right here, see resources below. Their focus is on making orientation an inalienable right. And their perspective on orientation is quite a bit broader than mine. Borrowing directly from one of their blog posts, navigation is all about taking you from point A to point B. It's function-specific and goal-oriented. On the other hand, orientation is about understanding where you are and what's around you. It's more about discovery and context. What do you take for granted? There are many things most people take for granted. If you're living in a first-world setting, you take fresh drinking water for granted. You probably expect to have the lights come on when you flip a switch. Fresh produce, meats, and fish at the grocery store. But let's narrow it down a bit. I bet you also expect to be able to access any public building, and also have no trouble entering most private abodes into which you've been invited. How about going to the bathroom when in a public space? Of course. Have you ever traveled to a country where you don't speak the language? Now things get a bit dicier. Let's say you're in Russia. Or the men's restroom. You're entering the world of someone who is blind. In fact, the examples above begin to encompass various disability types from mobility impairment to visual impairment and more. Those examples are all variations on orientation versus navigation. Along comes right here. The problems above are all challenges right here is addressing. You see, people who are blind want to be able to easily do the same things that a person who is sighted takes for granted. Right Here was founded in 2016. Their focus is on people who are blind or visually impaired, and also those with orientation challenges. But they can also be beneficial to people who may not speak the local language. They are not a navigation solution. Instead, they focus specifically on indoor sign-based orientation to ensure an equal experience for someone who is blind. Orientation solutions are easier to deploy. They are faster to set up and update. The app is currently available in 26 different languages. Audio format signage. This is the term referenced in one of Right Here's blog posts. They explain it as follows. Audio format signage is essentially an audible wayfinding system. It provides real-time, contextual information to help people navigate through spaces. Think of it as an audio guide that not only tells you where to go but also gives you a sense of the space you're in. It's the missing link between orientation, knowing where you are, and navigation, getting from point A to B. How do I get the app and what does it cost? The app is anonymous and it's free to the user. The facility pays a modest fee. Why would the facility choose to pay the fee? The short answer is because they're smart. But here's the longer answer from another one of their blog posts. You can download it from the App Store on your phone. For business owners and accessibility experts, the advantages are twofold. First, it enhances customer experience, making their space more welcoming and navigable. Second, it demonstrates a commitment to inclusivity, which not only is ethically right but also appeals to a broader customer base. Navigation is important, but orientation makes you independent. It's great to have the support of friends, family, and other caregivers. But it's even better to be independent. Or, as the Right Here team says, inclusion starts with accessibility. We believe that everyone should feel able, included, and empowered everywhere. Therefore, our aim is to make the world a more accessible place for everyone. Source: The Blind Guide. Navigation. How to own pets while visually impaired, a short guide. Owning pets is a source of comfort and joy to people from all walks of life, and those with visual impairments are no exception. Benefits to owning pets while visually impaired. Physical and mental benefits. Pet ownership has been linked to decreased blood pressure and cholesterol levels. Additionally, pet owners report reduced levels of loneliness and stress. For many people, living with a visual impairment can feel inherently lonely at times, and the unconditional comfort of a pet can be an important solace. Socialization benefits. Pets, particularly dogs, provide a great opportunity for visually impaired owners to increase their socialization with others. Dogs make great companions for a walk to the park, enjoying coffee at a sidewalk cafe, or stopping by a neighborhood brewery. Other benefits. Guide dogs are specifically trained to lead visually impaired owners around obstacles. For many blind people, guide dogs are a critical key to independent living. 3 questions to consider before getting a pet. If you have a visual impairment and considering becoming a pet owner, here are a few questions you may want to consider. 1. What is your capacity to care for a pet? Pets require vastly different types of daily care. For example, many cats can happily survive so long as there is food, water, and a litter box available to them, while many dogs require daily vigorous exercise and frequent bathroom breaks. Finding a pet with care requirements that match the owner's capacity is critical for all pet lovers, both those with disabilities and those without. 2. Can you spend time with a pet before making a final decision on ownership? Whether you select a dog, a cat, a fish, or even a bird, it is important to make a decision that will positively impact your wellness and not add any additional stress to your life. Try pet sitting or spending time at a pet store. This may give you a stronger sense of the best type of pet for you. While doing research on different types of animals is important, it is even better when you can do a test run and spend a day or two determining whether that type of pet would fit in with your life and daily needs. 3. What are your needs and how can a pet best support these needs? Guide dogs are well-known companions for many blind people, but these highly trained pets aren't the only animals that can be helpful to a blind owner. If you're concerned that you may accidentally step on your pet, don't be worried. Animals are very smart and can easily sense your presence. They will learn to quickly move out of your way, or they'll learn to announce their presence, for example, through a bark or a meow. If you have low vision, you may want to consider a bright fluorescent collar, or even a glow-in-the-dark collar, to make your pet more easily accessible. If you're fully blind, you may want to consider a collar with bells, so you can hear your pet and be alerted when they are near. Pets are generally very smart and sensitive. They truly want to provide comfort and companionship and will do their best to be helpful to your needs. Source: Everyday Site. Beneficiary News. Over 570 participants from 15 African countries gathered to compete in the 2024 WACO, World Association of Kickboxing Organizations, African Continental Kickboxing Championship, held in Benoni last December. Among the talented athletes were Peter and Landys, St. Dunstan's beneficiary, two grandsons, who proudly represented their country by competing in the event wearing their national colours. PJ, the eldest grandson, claimed first place in his category, while his younger brother, Raymond, secured a strong third-place finish. We are incredibly proud of their outstanding achievements and wish them continued success in their kickboxing journeys. Birthday wishes. Landy Engelbrecht celebrated a very special birthday in January. She enjoyed her day with friends and family and cannot speak enough of the fun she had. We wish Landy many years of abundant health and endless laughter. Aplonia and Clara Ruyendo celebrated their 21st birthday in January. We are very proud of these two ladies and wish them all the success for the future. The end.